Good evening, students. Kindly inform your friends to join fast. We'll start the session at sharp 5:10. This session is really going to be useful, so please don't miss it. Make the best use of it. Ms. Bellari, shall we start?
Yeah, sure. I'm ready.
Great. Okay, I think I cannot turn on my video because host is disabled. Never
Oh, okay.
mind though.
No
Yeah,
problem.
yeah. You please don't mind.
Not a problem at all.
So good evening, ma'am. Once again, good evening, everyone. It
Good
is a
evening, Shikha.
pleasure
Yeah.
again to host you today. For everyone here, I would like to introduce ma'am here. Ma'am has over more than 15 years of experience as of now, and 5 years being in VJIT itself. She was soft skill trainers and assistant training and placement officer at VJIT, and currently working as HR manager in Logisoft Technologies. She's completed 2 years there as well. Congrats, ma'am, for that.
Thank you so much.
And being a soft skill trainer and being in industry into corporates, I think this is the best cocktail one can have to understand things.
Correct.
You know very well what is expected in corporates, from a fresher, in terms of resume and in terms of attitude, in terms of technical knowledge. I'm sure other than resume building, you can throw some light on how an attitude can be built upon, and what is expected from technically what is expected from freshers.
Sure,
So
sure.
without taking much time, I hand it over to you, and our students are we are really looking forward to. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you so much, Shikha, for such a nice introduction. And I'll try my best to share whatever I know till now. Okay, which should be useful for the students. Okay, and first of all, again, like before starting the session, Shikha and the entire placement team, I think big congratulations to you all. You have been doing really, really well. And students, let me tell you, we worked as colleagues, right? So I know Shikha ma'am very well. So I know what kind of hard work she puts into. So please respect that and do whatever she says. The entire placement team is always there to support you guys. So just do blindly follow them. That's it. Okay. So it has been a long, long journey. When we started, like it was just the scratch, isn't it, Shikha? So
Yes, ma'am.
yeah, so
2016.
now you guys are doing really, really well, and I feel always very, very proud, to be, a part of VJIT, though it is past, but it will always remain a very important part of my life. Okay, so I don't want to waste any more time. So what I'll do is I have a couple of slides to share. Okay, I'll just try to share my screen. Okay, let me see. What? Visible?
Yes, ma'am.
Better now, right?
Yes, yes.
Yeah. Okay. So as we know, guys, VGI, sorry. Before I start, I need to also ask you, Shikha, which are the branches that's present today for the session?
Ma'am, we have invited all branches, all students of fourth year
Okay.
and MBA as well.
MBA as well. Oh, great, great. Okay, great then. Okay, so all of you as a fresher, I think why only fresher, even for experienced, our resume becomes the most important thing, right? So whenever you try to seek a job as a fresher, experienced does not really matter. So resume writing itself becomes very, very difficult for us. People try to think that, oh, we need to start and, again from the scratch. So the most important thing here is try to upgrade your resume every 6 months. Don't wait for anyone to come to you and push you that please update. You need to keep updating your resume, whether you're working or you're just a fresher, every 6 months. Because 6 months is a long span of time. All right. And you do a lot of certificates in that. You can complete some internships as well. So just jot down, just keep adding on whatever things you've already mentioned. Okay, so that really helps when you come out with the final outcome of your resume. Okay, so that is my first suggestion. Okay, as we can see, so it actually resume says a lot about us. It determines whether we will be called in for an interview or not. And these days, because of COVID, though things are opening up pretty well these days, so you might have chances, there are 100% chances that the interview goes online and not offline. So it is basically practically the resume which actually helps the employer and of course the job seeker to understand how or what kind of a student at this moment for you guys are you. Okay, so it is basically the mirror, your mirror self. The resume is your mirror self. Okay. Okay, so there has always been a confusion among the students. Even back then in VGIT, I could see what is the difference between a resume and a CV. Okay, so here I just tried to jot down what I understood was a basic difference. See, a resume should not be 1 to 2 pages, not more than 1 to 2 pages long. All right. And on the other hand, a CV does not actually technically have any length limit. So you can put in a lot of things, especially for the experienced people. We call it a CV. All right. Second point, it should include only professional or educational background. Only you can say in a nutshell about you in a nutshell. Okay, that is resume. On the other hand, a CV has the whole course of one's career. Where have you started? If there is any gap, why? So you do get these kind of questions in an interview. All right. So you should not, if you sometimes we sometimes feel that, okay, I don't want to show this experience when you grow more experience, right? I don't want to show this particular experience. There might be certain reasons which the candidate himself or herself can only speak about. Okay. On the other hand, resume again, it is mostly used by all types of job seekers. It does not really matter. So now, as all of you all are here, right? So from engineering background, from MBA, so anyone as a fresher can use a resume. So that's the easiest thing to do actually. And a CV used for academic purposes, also for very experienced people. Like when you can, being experienced in a particular field, you want to explore more into the same field in a different company. So automatically, starting from your academics, your experience, previous experience, everything counts onto it. Okay. So anyone who has any questions, I think in between y'all can stop me. I don't have any problem. Or else what we can do is, once everything is done, I'll take up a question answer session. Is that fine, Shika?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So, and I hope I'm not going very fast.
No, it's fine.
Okay, cool. Okay, so here lies a basic difference. So try to just put into your heads, like there is nothing like, you cannot do this or you cannot do that. So these are the basic differences. Okay. All right. So again, there is again one very important confusion which is always there. Mostly I've seen, I still see even experienced people coming up with mistakes as such, spelling mistakes. So as you can see, it's a basically French word. All right, resume. So this AXO, it is called the AXO. All right, this part here. So it is spelled as resume in French. In English, this is fine as without the AXO or with the AXO, both are correct. So there is no necessity that you have to put this tiny thing up there, or you should not put. There is nothing like that. You can put any one of them. Okay, as a spelling, as per the spelling is concerned. Okay, now let's go a little deep into it. What should you include in a basic resume as a fresher? Okay. Most important thing, what job title are you looking for? Is it a trainee software engineer? Is it a trainee recruiter? Like for the MBAs I'm saying, okay, it could be a trainee human resource executive. All right. So what is the job title you're looking for? That should be mentioned in the resume, because as I think placement team has already given you all an idea that different positions of different companies have different requirements as per the JD. So you can have more than one resume just to keep yourself updated and save some time of yours. You need to put the job title in different resumes of yours. You save time, and there should be a difference also, right? So that is how you can differentiate as well. Next, and the most important part, the career objective. Now, there are a lot of things, we discuss about career objective. When students, are trying to seek a job of similar category, let us consider CSE IT students, AI students are looking for software engineering job. Okay. So everyone might have a feeling it is just the career objective. Let us just copy paste from Google. See, copy pasting from Google is fine, but what are you copy pasting? Do you know? Like, have you gone through it properly? Does it at all match your requirements? Okay, it is something like two ways you need to think. I am looking for a job. What are the things that I am looking for? And an employer is looking for employees, for candidates. What are they looking for? So these two should match. Yashika, anything? Somebody is trying to talk, I think.
No.
Okay. So keeping that in mind, you need to write out your career objective. What are you looking for? Okay. So it should match, again, as I said, the JD that has been given to the placement team. Okay. And in career objective, guys, make sure you do not copy your friend's career objective. The job role might be same. Okay. You might be attending the same campus placement, but it should be different. How different? Can ma'am, now the question can be, ma'am, can we write out our own career objective other than copy pasting from Google? Yes, you should. Technically, you should write. A very simple career objective is absolutely fine. Write out in your own words without making any grammatical mistake, without making any spelling mistakes. What are you looking for? See, because all of you have been, studying for 4 years in engineering, if it is engineering. MBAs, you have already done your graduation. Okay. You've now again spent 2 more years. So all these years, what have you been studying with some goal in mind? So what is it? That is your career objective. All right. Okay. Now, internship, I would not consider this as work experience. Maybe some MBA students might have some experience, so you can mention that. But other than that, Internship experiences also should be mentioned in the resume. Okay, that definitely adds a lot of value. Okay, so the employer can make a little difference, and can consider you to be of a little bit higher standard if you have that internship experience. So if you have whatever internship it is, does not really matter, just note it down on your resume. The duration is important for the internship, and of course the company's name, the job role, the roles that you have played in the intern. Okay, these three are more than enough. Now, academic qualification. Now you need to go reverse chronology, okay, this way, because you cannot start with your play school. Basically, it's of no use for a job. So you can actually start from your graduation. Okay, MBA students can start from your MBA. So MBA graduation plus 2, 10, more than enough. For the engineering students is a graduation, your engineering degree, and then comes your 12th, and if anyone has diploma, then diploma, 10th, and that's more than enough. Nothing else required. Okay. Now coming to the skills. So technical and non-technical, both. So when you're mentioning about your skills, please make sure that matches the JD. And in a JD, when you get the JD, right, no need to add everything that is there mentioned in the technical skills in the JD. Out of which, whatever you just mentioned that. Even if it is matching 50%, it's okay. But don't try to copy paste just because it is there in the JD. Okay, so that is one very important thing. And the non-technical skills and technical skills, both I'll be discussing in the following slides in little bit in detail. Okay, see, the additional section is nothing but the awards, courses, licenses, certifications, other interests, which is related to the job role. Again, I repeat, it should be quite relevant and related to the job role, for the exact role that you're looking for, the campus drive that you're going for. It should match the JD. All right. I think Shikha, somebody is using the tool out here on the screen.
Gauss, can you check?
Okay, so I'll continue, not a problem. Okay, so please update yourself, as I said, right? When you take courses, that is the reason I told every 6 months, please update your resume so that you can keep adding your certifications, the courses that you have taken. I'm sure everybody is doing that. Okay. Okay, next. Okay, these are some of the career objectives I feel should help you all. You all can take a, photograph out of it. Okay, so I'll just read out maybe one or two. The first one is very, very simple. So seeking a challenging position in a reputed organization where I can learn and, enhance my skills. Very simple, in a very, very simple way it is written. These are all the very simple. See, 1-2 sentences maximum. You do not have to write out a paragraph, because you need to also understand whoever is taking your interview. Okay, if you at all get selected for the interview, whoever is taking your interview will be taking many more interviews. So let us try to save some time of the interviewer. That's very important. Okay, so keep it short, crisp, yet it should have a lot of information. Okay, so work around what would be the best way to come. Okay, so the contact information, what exactly do we need? So these are the basic and the must these information is very, very important, and you need to include these. First and last name, please be clear with your first name and last name. I have seen people are sometimes not very clear about what is your first name and what is your last name. Last name is usually the third name. Okay, however you want to keep, you can keep it, but be clear. Email ID, here I think when you are students, right, you all have different kinds of email ID. So try to be a little formal here and not put in anything like, sweetie something, okay, darling something, nothing like that. It looks like really odd. So try to just keep your name. And for example, if I make an email ID with Shikha, So Shikha underscore VJIT, more than enough. Shikha.vjit. Then what happens is at gmail.com maybe. So then what happens, it becomes really easy for the HR also to find out the email, because automatically the VJIT thing is there, right? So it becomes very easy. So that's just an example. Okay, now LinkedIn profile URL, that is also must these days. Okay, before that, let me tell you one thing. When we talk about mobile number, many of you might be thinking why the mobile number comes at 1, 2, 3, fourth position, not the first. Because professionally, it is the email ID and next the LinkedIn profile URL, which is more important than the mobile number, as per the communication is concerned. Professionally, people first communicate through you with you through email. Verbal communication comes last. It is okay to communicate only through email, to be very honest. Okay, so that is how it has been put. Mobile number, try to put your active mobile number instead of putting your parents' number. If you do not have a mobile, that is a different thing, which is, I think, very rare these days, not accepted mostly. So try to put your active number. And regarding the LinkedIn profile URL, I would like to show you all something. Let's see if I can. Okay. So I think most of you have this idea already. So here, if you can see my email, my profile out here, what you all can do is most of the time, LinkedIn profiles, it ends with some number or alphabets. So you can just click in here and change. Okay, so you can just change your URL. Here you can just add in here, remove the numbers of the alphabet which is there at the end. Okay, and then only your name lasts. That looks more professional, and that gives you that good professionalism altogether. Okay, and then copy paste and put it on the resume. I hope I could explain you properly. Any questions you can ask me later. Okay, just a second. Okay. And regarding the address of communication, try and mention your present address for communication. Permanent address for communication is not required, on the resume, because automatically when you clear your interview and the HR round, etc., you would have to give your present and permanent, both the communication. Okay. Okay, next. And another thing to add on with the address is, see, it is possible that some letter goes to from the company to you. If normally mails are the thing that mails are enough, emails are enough, but suppose something is there, okay, some document needs to be sent. Then if it is not the present address, it becomes a little difficult. Wherever it is posted, it might be your permanent address, but you don't stay there technically. Okay, so put the present address for communication. Next, so these are the summary, as I was talking about career objective. Okay, so there are options. You'll see if you go online and try to search few resume, you'll see there's a term called resume objective or resume summary. So it is either the summary or the objective. You cannot put both on the resume, on the same resume. Okay, so make sure you can always write out your summary. It comes out to be like the objective itself, little bit more elaborated. But for you guys, I think career objective is more than enough. Okay, so either this or this, both cannot go on the same resume. And as I again repeat, write your own career objective with maybe 2-3 words that gives you that uniqueness. Right, no bombastic words required, very simple English, simple words which shows what you are. That is exactly what I mean. Okay, choose your words correctly, carefully, and these phrases are really nice, and it gives you very good impression. You might think that if I use these kind of words, it might give a very good impression about me, but try to avoid these words. Go-getter, go-to person, strategic thinker, best of the breed, results driven, detail oriented, proactive. These are not required. Try to come out of these so-called phrases and write simple English and define yourself in a very humble and simple way. Whatever is not there, anyone, the interviewer, if he or she is interested, will ask you. Then you elaborate yourself. On the resume, no need to write these pages. All right, you can just make a note of it. Okay, now coming to the technical skills. See, it is just an example again. There can be so many more things which can be added. Okay, just have a look at these. For CSC, IT, AI, I think these are very common. You can come up with more concepts. See, Java, HTML, JavaScript, these are all very common thing. OOPS concept, you need to know that, and you need to be really, you need to have the practical knowledge. Only theoretical knowledge does not work out these days, because most of the technical interviews, if it is online especially, you need to normally share your screen and a problem statement is given to you and you need to work on that. Code, simple code. If you cannot do that, it's of no use designing your resume in a very nice way. All right. So whatever concepts you're mentioning on the resume, make sure you actually know that. All right. And okay, now programming language, as per the programming languages are concerned, see if it is okay to know only 1 or 2 programming languages and know, have a very good knowledge on that. Knowledge as in not only theoretical, means it should be like you can, as a fresher, people do not expect a lot from you, the basic things only, but learn it properly so that any problem statement given, you can solve it with the using that programming language. Okay, and if you're mentioning it in the resume, no interviewer will unnecessarily try to prick you, try to, you know, ask you questions which you do not know. Okay, so make sure what you know, you write that. Okay, for EC again, so what you know, write that. Be honest. Technical skills are important and very, very important for the technical interview. Based on your resume only, they ask questions. The interviewer will ask questions. Okay, try to make it genuine as possible. All right. Okay, same goes for EEE mechanical. Okay, and I think civil, yes. So whatever you all know, whatever you have learned in these 4 years, try to add on whatever technical skills you know. And I think I forgot the MBA part again. I'm sorry about that. So you can just write out the basic concept, MBA students, whatever has been taught to you starting from semester 1. Okay, and the basic things that, again, follow the JD, please. If it is a recruiter job, you need to mention things that is related to recruitment and not core HR. If it is something related to marketing, if the job is related to marketing, don't mention things that you know into HR, because you might be knowing a lot about HR as well, but you want to do a marketing job. That's fair enough. But try to relate, Google search a little, which skills are required and what you know out of it. Both should match, and the JD again. Okay, so that is it about the technical skills. Okay, these are the non-technical skills which we can actually mention. Now here, when we are mentioning the presentation skills, so there is a common question that's asked: what presentation skills are you talking about? Which presentation have you given, first of all? So you need to justify that answer. What presentation skills are you talking about? Presentation skills are, is it the presentation, is it the self-presentation skills, how you present yourself, or is it the presentation as in the presentation, the PPT presentation that we are talking about? Okay, what is it? Everything needs a presentation, right? Even when we are talking about a resume, it should be presentable, right? Readable, presentable. So what presentation skills are you talking about? You should be very, very clear about that. Just don't randomly write presentation skills on the technical, non-technical skills. Communication skills, again, to elaborate, there might be a question like, what communication skills, which communication are you talking about? Because communication skills include both verbal and non-verbal. Okay, what are the communication skills that you are talking about? Is it something you're trying to prove that your English communication skills are very good, or your explaining skills are good? What is it? These are all a part of communication skills. So make sure why you're writing it. Listening skills, this is also a part of communication skills. Listening skills, as in you need to justify. See, whatever you're writing, very simple questions might be asked, but you should not get stuck. Be clear about why you're writing. Okay. So listening skills, you can just say that, I listen to people come back to me and they trust me. I listen to them and try to come up with some solution to a problem. That is also fair enough. No problem. That shows that you have good problem solving skills as well. So, but be genuine and try to think why you're writing it. Leadership skills again. It is okay to mention and justify yourself, talking about the leadership the skills, the leadership skills that you have to arrange, maybe to be when you were a part of the annual concert, maybe, okay, the annual day of the college. So you helped some team, or you arranged something, you were a part of some particular event, and you arranged everything. That also defines your leadership skills. Leadership skills does not only mean that you need to be the lead, you need to have the lead role in something only. If you are helping others, trying to arrange things for something, that is also fine, but you need to mention it clearly. All right. Okay. Now, ability to solve easily. It is not only when we talk about problem solving, the first thing for the technical people that comes to mind is, the problem statement that has to be solved by coding, but not really. Easy problem solving also means, the tidbits of everyday as well. If a friend comes to you, with some problem that he or she is facing, you are trying to give him or her that solution. That is also the ability to solve easily. So try to look around yourself. What are the problems that's there? Sometimes we see, on the roads, with a little rain, the sewage water comes out, and it becomes complete mess. So are you trying to do something from your end? Maybe it can be a very little thing. It's okay if people are not recognizing. Take a photograph, try to upload it on the Times of India app. They'll take care. They do take care. I have done it personally myself 2-3 times. So those little things also counts as solving problems. Okay, now teamwork again. Teamwork does not, don't try to get confused with teamwork and leadership skills. Teamwork itself is how best are you as a team. Because when you join an organization, two things are taken care. One, your individual performance. Two, as a team, how you're performing. So that way you need to justify yourself. Okay, it could be a project, it could be an event, it could be anything. And learning attitude. Now, make sure in the interview and also in the resume when you write, your learning attitude should be very nicely focused, very nicely mentioned. Okay, because see, whether it is MBA or engineering, these days people are always in a rush for learning. Technology wise, if you see, every other day technology is changing, so you need to have that approach, especially whether it is mechanical, EEE, EC, CSC, IT, AI, it doesn't matter. Everywhere you need to have that approach of learning. What every day I need to learn something new. That practically is not possible maybe every day, but even if it is a new word that you learn, that's also a learning, right? So that kind of learning I'm talking about. That suppose I'll give you an example. So recently we hired someone who had good skills in Java. He knew good Java, like he got selected for the technical interview, and then he was asked to start learning some other technology. As a fresher, it is not like whatever you have learned or whatever skills you have, based on that job will be given. No, it is the other way around always. Most of the times it is the other way around. What the employer needs, you need to learn that. Based on your technology, based on your skills that you have at this moment, based on that you'll be hired. But then you need to start learning what the employer needs, what the company is in. All right, so keep that learning attitude. Okay. Now here, in a very simple way, I've tried to give you the differences. So these are the essentials. Try to keep it max 2 pages, because it's of no use adding everything in the resume. Okay, keep few things handy so that you can speak everything. If you have in the resume, then they would not even be interested to talk to you, correct? So max 2 pages. Font size, technically it should be 11, but even if you consider the headings and the subheading, that could be 12 max. Don't exceed that. And these are the 2 font styles which are commonly used. You can use something else, but these looks professional enough. Times Roman and Calibri. No highlights required. You can only highlight the subheadings and the headings. That is it. Okay. And font color, try to keep it only black or navy blue. Black again, preferably black, because no one wants to see very colorful resumes. Okay. All right. Recent photograph, that is optional because of COVID. During that time, people were asking everyone to upload their recent photograph. That is completely optional. It's your choice, and based on the requirements. Some organizations, they want their, want your photograph for sure, because too many fake things are happening around, okay, around the globe actually. So that is optional. Make sure nouns, any nouns you are mentioning on the resume, you should start with the uppercase. Please don't make any grammatical mistakes. It looks very, very odd. All right. And your academic qualification that I told you, starting from your graduation or your MBA degree, please keep it in a tabular form. Okay. I'll show you all one sample. Already, I'm sure all of you are ready, but still I'll show you one. Now, these are the don'ts of a resume. Too much information not required. Only make it crisp. Too decorative, don't make it decorative. Spelling mistakes and grammatical errors are complete no-no. Keep, reviewing it. Give it to your friends, or if not friends, give it to someone whom you trust. Come to the placement office, get it reviewed, but don't make any mistakes, grammatical mistakes and spelling mistakes. Inaccuracies about your educational qualification, even if you have any gap, it is okay to show. When they ask you, then you explain, because see, in educational gaps, educational qualification, when you're mentioning the gaps, just like that, nobody will sit at home and not go to college or not go to school, right? There must be some reason. Everyone understands that we are all human beings. So mention it genuinely. Unnecessary personal information is not required. No one wants to know unnecessarily. You don't have to put your passport number at this moment. Aadhaar card is still okay. Okay. Phone number, email ID, and LinkedIn profile is the max actually required. It is okay not to put the passport number and Aadhaar number also. So it depends actually. Your age is not required to mention, because already you're mentioning your date of birth, right? Then again, people can count, right? So not required unnecessary. Detailed hobbies. Now, hobbies in itself, if you're mentioning some hobby, and suppose you mention, okay, playing cricket, and the interviewer asks you, when did you play cricket last? And you say, oh, last year, when there was in the annual day, part of annual day, there was a match that time. Okay. So 1 year you did not play. That cannot be a hobby. Okay. So hobby is something that you really do whenever you get a chance. So you're passionate about it. Mention only those hobbies, and try to mention at least 1 or 2 hobbies which is related to your current degree. If MBA, you're going ahead with marketing, try to mention something that is related to marketing. Okay, something unique, out of the box, that shows that yes, you're really interested in marketing. For the engineering students, try to mention at least 1 or 2 hobbies that is related to your branch. Okay, that which shows that yes, you are actually interested. Then only people will be interested in you, right? Okay, next. So these are some, if you want, you can just take a photo pic from here, and you can just go through these links. These are the templates. I think templates have been already given to you, but just in case if you want to have a look, you can go through this. Okay, so I think I missed out one. Okay, so this is something that I feel that you need to practically, this is a very practical thing that you, if you haven't had a few dents in your resume, you haven't tried. We don't expect, see, as HR, I'm saying that we don't expect a fresher to be perfect in everything. if everything looks perfect, you can be perfect, I'm not saying that, but there will be some mistake or the other, there would be some flaws or the other. As a fresher, you are still growing up yourself, you are just going to step into the corporate world. So there, it is okay to have little dents here and there than to copy someone's perfect resume or just download a format from Google. Okay, so it's okay, write out your own resume. That is what I'm saying. Okay, then only it shows that yes, and you accept the mistake. It is okay to accept the mistake in front of the interviewer. Another thing is, yes, if you can dream it, you can do it. So guys, all the best. So you keep trying. I'm sure you have come long way. You know, all of you all, everyone, each and every student who are attending, who will be a part of the 2024 campus placement drives. So you all have been trying for such a long time with your academics, with your project and everything. So please dream big and make sure you implement whatever is required to achieve that dream. Okay, so you can definitely achieve your dream. Okay, this is a little bit about Logisoft. Okay, at this moment, we don't have any openings, but definitely when we open up with freshers hiring or MBA hiring, I'll definitely go back to Shikha. So as you guys can see that we are actually headed at New Jersey, in South Plainfield in the US, and the Indian office is in Hyderabad in Ameerpet. And there are a couple of people working from Bangalore as well. And in US, it is not only South Plainfield, there are in different cities people are working. There are many people working in Mexico as well. So most of our clients are from US, but now we have also started working with the Indian clients. So we have started our journey in 2008. So we complete 15 years this year. And we have a wide range of clients because we are a product development company. So we have been successful going ahead with different clients like banks, insurance companies, okay, software companies as well with our products. And we also do services. Okay, these are our expertise mostly. The product services includes both research and development as well as consulting. Okay, so we have a huge team who works in the night shift and with the US clients. So they have a lot of responsibilities. We are completely dependent on them, and we have almost 100 to 200 H1B visas every year. So they are the people who take care of all that, going ahead with different clients, their requirements. It's not an easy thing at all. We have a backend team also working on the recruitment team altogether in the day shift as well. And also we are working on the smart asset tracking. This also is based on IoT. Okay, so these are our main products, main strengths, you can say, 4 important pillars of Logisoft. Okay, and this is how for an engineering student, this is how the journey looks like. So if you can, and let me be a little genuine here actually, that clearing the technical round, though we are not a very big company, but clearing the technical round is a little tough for us, because I think if you can differentiate between a service-based and a product-based company, so it is like we don't allow anyone to just sit and get trained and then start. It's nothing like that. Whatever we hire the freshers based on their current skills, and it is expected when you join us, quickly, based on what you have, you start working on that, based on that, and side by side you start learning new things. So the learning curve is really, really good here. So we know people who have recently gone to one of our team leads have gone to US just the last month. Yesterday, one guy who completed just 1 year went to US, to our head office. So they are all learning and learning very, very fast. So this team lead that I'm talking about, he learned at least 5 technologies. He joined 5 years back. Okay, so he knows in and out of all these technologies. So learning is very important for us. Learning and implementing it side by side. That is very important. So if you have a goal, we are there as a team to support every employee. So if you join as a trainee software engineer, for example, there is no particular span of time when you will be promoted to software engineer. It all depends on your performance, your willingness. And then again going forward to the senior software engineer, then team lead. Team lead has a very it is a very important role. He or she needs to perform himself or herself, as well as take care of the entire team. And it's very difficult. And then finally, the project manager. Project manager also becomes product manager. Individual products, individual people take care. So that is how the journey here, and it is really fast. As I said, right, 5 years back, someone joined, and he is in US right now as a very successful team leader. So I think that is all about a little bit about Logisoft in a nutshell. And that's all from my end. Thank you, everyone. Hope it will help you all in your future and, of course, achieving your goals in the campus drive. Thank you so much, everyone. Thank you, Chika.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Thank
You're
you so
welcome.
much for enlightening us. In fact, yesterday I took an opportunity to share, speak to the students about everything about upcoming placements,
Okay.
like how and everything about placements, in fact, on-campus drive, full campus drive, virtual drive, what are the difference, and JDs, how does a software JD look, how does a core JD look, and internships, how are they important? So, in fact, I have mentioned yesterday as well. Every company is looking for a student who is good at basics and fundamentals,
Correct.
who can be trainable.
Yes.
Obviously, they don't expect much from fresher.
Not
so
at all. Not
they
at
should
all.
be trainable.
Yes.
So that goes with both CAC, IT students as well as mechanical civil students as well. All the branches.
Yes.
Just
Yes.
be good at your course. And one point, if I would like to add to this resume today is you mentioned every 6 months you need to update, but I think it's not every 6 months now. It is like every week or every month you need to update your resume.
Yeah, how fast you learn.
Every company, and in fact, you need to update your resume as per the company as well. For example, if you have your resume ready for a software company and you're applying for a marketing role or something different, you need to change your resume. You need to change your career objective and interest accordingly. So
yeah, correct. Yeah.
Have a look at that as well. Make sure you're giving your right resume every time for each company. I think there's a question here.
Sure.
Should we entirely change our resume which is centric to the job applied? Example, business related, in spite of being from technical CSE background. Yes, I think that's what even I mentioned, but ma'am, if you can also
yeah, sure. See, how it works out is, may I know the name of the student who has come up with the question?
Srija.
Srija, okay. Srija, this is for you. So, see, entire thing you cannot change, right? Just, think it as a common sense, you cannot change your personal details, first of all. What you know, it is yours only. For example, as Shikha ma'am told, right? So being a CSE or IT student, for example, if you can have that keenness to work for a marketing company, it is okay to do that. Okay. So which means your skills will not be used. No, it will be used. What you can do is based on the company's JD and the marketing skills, because if you're interested, you would definitely know something in that, right? So try to put those skills as the top priority, and then you mention a couple of skills which you have currently as per your curriculum is concerned. Got my point? So do it accordingly, change it accordingly. And there are chances that, when the technical skills are not at all required, then you can keep only those skills, that is, especially the skills. Rest, very rarely things change. And also the project. Suppose you're applying for a marketing job, again, same situation. You are a part of CSE or IT maybe, or maybe EC, EEE, doesn't matter, but you want to go for a marketing job. So technically, your project that you have done in your as per your curriculum, that won't be counted as your marketing based on your marketing job, right? So what you can mention is, what you can do rather is, quickly, a project does not mean you have to take 2-3 months to complete that. Okay, it's not a corporate project or something. So you can quickly work on something and then put it, add on the resume, because no placement drive happens in a single day notice, as per my experience or observation. So definitely you guys will get some time. Try to come out with something out of the box. That in itself will be very important. It will help you to seek that job. I hope I could answer that, Shrija. Yeah, Shikha, any more questions? Shikha, you there?
Yes. I'm
Yeah.
sorry, there was a
Yeah, no
distance.
problem. Any more questions?
Not as of now. But one thing I really want you to, enlighten is on attitude, ma'am. Because
Sure,
if we
sure,
see
sure.
even today, especially this generation or these batches, for example, we have 1100 students
Understood,
in this
understood.
year,
Yeah, yes. I
and
missed out on it.
hardly there are 100 students.
I know. I'll definitely put that light on. Okay. So before that, I think one point I missed out, guys. Whenever you guys are saving your resume as a PDF or Word document based on, see, there is nothing correct or incorrect in that. I get many resumes as a Word document. I get many resumes as PDF. So these days you can make changes on a PDF as well. So previously that option wasn't there. So depends on you and whatever the placement team updates you all, please follow that. But please save it correctly, because when again, let me consider myself. If I'm doing a campus placement and I get around 50 to 60 CVs for the same job role, it gets really difficult if everyone comes up with some numbers or something that does not help me recognize that student. Okay, so please save it correctly with proper name, and if possible underscore BGIT. That really helps, trust me. And that will help the HR find the pull out the resume first. That will be really helpful. Okay, please follow that.
And ma'am, one more point. Definitely do not save your file name as my resume, my old resume, my
Correct.
new
Yes.
resume,
Yeah.
my going to be resume.
Yeah, that's what. So only name it. Suppose you can mention as Shikha 1, Shikha 2, that's also okay. But your name should be there, properly written. Not like only in, like, again, please start your name at least with the uppercase. Follow this basic things at least. Otherwise, it looks really bad, very awkward. Okay. So now talking about attitude, so I'll share a couple of things which I have been facing for the past 2 years, especially for the freshers interview. Okay, so let me consider it is an online interview. So most of the cases, guys, that's what I'm facing is the fake candidates coming up and giving the interview. So please don't even think about anything fake. Just be as genuine as possible. That is how where your attitude definitely counts. Whatever you know, please say that. No need to take anyone's help. Otherwise, what's the use of facing that campus drive, right? So you remember somebody is spending some time for you. Okay, please give that respect, because we as HRs, we are also giving you that respect and listening to you. So don't be fake. Try to turn on the camera. Don't turn off the camera in between. That in itself is really awkward. Wait for the interviewer to complete the question and then answer, even if you understood what the question is. This is a basic attitude problem that I face. People don't wait. Okay, just wait. Have patience. Let the interviewer complete the question and then you answer. Okay, if required, you can ask them also. Okay, can I now? So can I? Pardon, please. These are always good points to have while the interview is going on. Okay, don't rush introducing yourself as if you have mugged up the entire introduction. Don't do that. And while asking a question, sometimes I see students saying that, what? So that is not the correct way to ask what. You can just be very politely, you can just ask a question saying that I didn't get it. Could you please repeat it? Okay, that is one of the very important thing And coming to the communication skills, which is also a little bit related. So you need to understand that, don't think about the grammar part when you're speaking, okay? Because as per the interview is concerned, when you're talking and thinking about the grammar part, automatically you get confused and you try to respond in a different way. That in itself becomes an attitudinal problem, because as an interviewer, you would not know, right, that you're thinking that way, correct? So be short and simple. Ask questions in between if you don't answer and understand what the question is being asked. That is okay. All right. And when GD happens, that time also I've seen people, they try to quickly Google search, and see, everyone understands. Okay. So you try to be honest, whatever you know, you speak that. Say that, that's not a problem. And asking question is always good. Trust me, whether it is a communication round or a technical round, if you could not answer a question, suppose, and it is always okay at the end to ask that, can you please let me know the answer or how to solve it. That itself adds on your attitudinal point. Okay, that's important. And one more thing, yes. So once I was actually a part of a technical interview, and so this candidate was actually fake, and he didn't know a couple of answers for sure. So when we were trying to go deep into that particular technology, okay, what he did was he didn't understand what to answer. So he just told what 2-3 times, and then he just left. So that is again not a good thing at all. Not a good thing at all. Have patience. Say, I cannot answer that. Can I get another question? Okay, that is okay. Because remember, you're about to start your career. Let it be MBA, let it be engineering, does not really matter. But you need to be humble and try to understand how polite you can, try to understand what the interviewer is asking and answer it as per the question. Okay, don't elaborate it too much, and have patience and answer. All right. Okay, now I got 2 questions. Is there any company which like a particular type of resume? No, nothing like that. This is, I don't know, 0424 Sri Sailam. Okay. So, no, nothing like that. Everybody as a fresher expects a decent resume of not more than 2 pages, which has all the details that's required. I've already given you all what are the details required. Nothing extra is required. Even if you have too many projects, you can just dump it in a folder or Google Drive or anywhere possible and just give the link. That's more than enough. Okay, no particular type of resume is expected. Okay, ma'am, any additional tips for EC students, because they are only into they're into both software and hardware. Okay, see, again, I'll take the same question, same update what Shikha ma'am had given. Being an EC student, you guys can go into software as well as hardware. Okay, change your career objective depending on the JD that has been given. Okay, whether it is software or hardware, change your career objective accordingly, because you would be both skilled in software as well as hardware. Your interests also changes accordingly. So suppose you are applying for a hardware company. Okay, the job role is hardware, into hardware, and you're writing everything that is that shows that you're only interested in software and not hardware. Okay, so that really hurts as an interviewer, because he or she gets to see everything into software but nothing in hardware. So please change it accordingly. So that will help you. And on the other hand, if you are very good at things that is related to hardware, and you're going for a software engineering job role, then try to change the skills accordingly. Most importantly, okay? Skills and your career objectives. Those 2 are more than enough. Okay, good luck. Okay, another question is, so that was, I think, Sai Balaji. I hope I could answer your question. Okay, now Raja Shekhar. Ma'am, if our background is not software, what to answer them? You mean if you're from MBA student? Are you an MBA student, Raja Shekhar? If your no, ma'am. Okay, EC. Yeah, that's fine. That's not a problem. So because see, you guys have different kinds of company coming for the placement drive, right? It is not only software. So if you're not from software background, also this question is a common question by the interviewer, why you're choosing software. That question will be asked. but you should not get, scared out of it. You should answer technically and saying that, yes, I am from EC, but I'm interested in software, which is okay. Even mechanical engineering students are very few people whom I was there a part of the interview. They're very good in coding. So it is all the interest matters the most. That is it. It does not matter which background are you from.
Okay. Can I add a point here?
Please, Shikha.
And you have, I'm sure even you noticed it. Whenever there is an interview happening for EC, EEE, or core branches, usually interviewer they ask what is there in your resume, because they know you're not from software branch, you're not from CSCIT. They will not grill you much into software technology.
Not at all.
They'll ask only what you write in your resume.
Yes. That's what I told, right? When I mentioned about the technical skills, guys, again, I repeat that. So it is okay to have basic, see, nobody is going to ask you too much actually. So you guys are freshers. So be as a fresher. No need to act as experienced. Be as a fresher. Whatever one or two technology, programming language you guys are learning, learn it thoroughly, both technically as well as theoretically. I'll give you one example of our company only. See, we mainly work on Node.js. Can a fresher learn Node.js? It is almost impossible. It's not impossible 100%, but it is very difficult, right? You need to pass on the other phases as well to go up to Node.js. So we cannot expect anyone knowing Node.js as such. So what we expect if a student comes and says that I know only Java. So our technical team tries to ask, questions based on Java itself. Someone says, I know only Python. So they'll ask, why only Python? Because there are other languages also a part of your syllabus. Why do you know only Python? That question is possible. So look into your syllabus, look into the job role, know what you try to understand what you are familiar with, go through that nicely, thoroughly, both theoretically as well as technically. Okay, so that is what. So don't think about ECE, CSCIT. Everything is equal, does not matter these days, trust me. Okay, now, ma'am, how many projects should I mention in resume if I have more projects, or shall I mention 2 or 3 projects? Very good question, Shiva. So here I would like to answer you saying that, see, your projects there might be 10 projects. So it is okay not to mention all the 10 projects, because I'm sure out of those 10 projects, all 10 projects are not done, you would not rate your projects 100 out of 100. I'm sure about that. So if you feel that I have out of 10, 5 to 6 projects which I can rate somewhere around 100 out of 100, please use those projects, okay, as reference. And others you can just keep it away. If you're asked any more question, do you have any more projects done? Then you can just verbally say, okay. Hope I could answer that. Okay, Manideep says, ma'am, is there any maximum limit or decent number to how many projects we can add in the resume? I think I've already answered that. How many people suggest a fresher to mentor? See, again, project is important. How many you're adding, that is not much important. As I said, whichever project you are confident in, make sure you have done it yourself. And your role as a team had been major. Mention those projects. Okay. It is okay if you have not also completed that, but you had the main role and you have put in all your efforts. You need to explain them. Or got it? That is where that is where the communication skills comes into the picture. How you're explaining it. Okay. I think I've answered that as well. Any more questions can we see, Shikha?
No, ma'am.
No, right? Anything else? I think attitude part also to some extent I have covered. And again, one more thing, guys, even if you guys get a job, remember one thing, if it is through placement office or, from outside, does not matter. Your college is your college. It will remain your college only. So get that attitude correct. Go back to the placement team, your professors, management, everybody is a part of your successful journey. It is not like if you just get a job, you are done and you forget your past. No, please don't do that. Okay. Even we go back to our schools, our colleges 22 years later also. So get that attitude correct. Never ever come up with anything negative about your present, your past. Talk positive. If it is really negative, don't talk about it, but try not to talk anything negative. Be humble and try to listen to the placement team. If you're supposed to, it is a Sunday, ma'am is giving time, other placement members are giving time, I'm here, other students are there. So make use of it. Very few colleges have these kind of sessions on a Saturday and Sunday also, trust me. Okay, all the best everyone. Okay, I think I got another question. Ma'am, can you please tell us about the AI which screens the candidate in AI which screens the see AI, CSC, IT. These three, these days even EC also to some extent, but again, AI would not be extremely different from CAC and IT, other than the extremely different skills, which maybe few you can add based on AI. Other than that, the basics that you all learn, all of you all learn the CAC IT skills only. So don't think too much about the AI skills. Even if you get a job into something which is only AI, they would start from the scratch itself. You would not get on the plate something straight away about AI on AI. Okay, so make that very, very clear. First, during the training, you might get AI, but ultimately they'll start from whatever you've learned for CAC IT only. So don't.
And I'm very glad I have answered the same thing yesterday as well. So I hope students now you can understand it's not just only the placement team, it is actually the reality that is in the corporates right now.
Yes. That's a high level thing, right? AI itself, see, whatever you all are learning, it could be maybe in AI as engineering, whatever you guys are learning, that might be just a drop in an ocean, drop of water in an ocean, frankly speaking. So to go up to that level, you guys need to, as I said, right, what the employer needs, what the company needs, you would have to learn that. They would not come back to you saying that, hey, you know this, so you work on that. No, it never happens. It's always the other way around. So stay cool. No need to focus too much about AI. Whatever you know, just jot down on the resume, and whatever you're confident in, that is it. So ma'am, if we are unable to recollect the code while writing the technical round, then what should we do, ma'am? What should we do, ma'am? It's okay, ma'am. Not a problem, Harshita. You can get stuck. And that is where the genuinity comes into the picture. Whoever is there on the other side of the screen, you can just say that I got stuck here. Trust me, this happens. It happens many, many times. So they try to help you. They try to help you in a different way, in a little diplomatic way, so that you can go ahead. If you get stuck, no problem, but do it yourself. Okay, Kirtana, no, ma'am, I learned that some website screens are resume before it teaches the HR. Please elaborate on that. Okay, what is ma'am? Yeah, okay.
I think she's referring to this automatic screening and AI.
Okay, got it. See, there's something called the keywords. Try to find out the keywords based on the JD and see if you have covered and if you know those things. So this is nothing but keywords. So when you talk about AI, the automated things, what happens? Suppose a very simple thing. I'll give you one very, very simple example. Suppose my washing machine is not working and I have called a technician. I've booked an appointment with a technician from urban company. So I would have to choose washing machine only, right? I cannot choose any other appliance, correct? So similarly, if they are screening in a particular automated portal or something, then they would look for the keywords only. So try to find out the keywords. If you look into the JD properly, you'll see that those keywords are there. And then you go back to your skills, you'll see few things are matching. Put them. Got it? I hope now it is a little bit clear now. So use that process. That is it. But basic, if you want to talk about the technical skills and the technical coding and all, ultimately it is just the basics. So don't worry too much. Okay, and good luck. Anything else, Shikha?
I think we are good to go, and it's already crossed 1 hour. Thank you so much for always graciously accepting our request and at such a less time as well. So
not a problem.
Going forward, going forward, we'll definitely have online sessions with you, ma'am, properly planned for every branch, and you might have to take out your whole day as well.
No problem. We can just plan out. Okay, so whoever has attended today, good luck to all of you. I'm sure you all will be successful in your goals. Be attentive and try to keep in touch, with the placement team. Update your information if there is a change in your number, address, everything. Update that. Don't ignore anything. Okay. Good luck to all of you. Good luck to you, Shikha, as well, and your team.
Thank you. Thank you so much, ma'am. You all can always reach out to ma'am directly as well on LinkedIn. Ma'am has already shared during the presentation, if you have noticed. And we can also route your question through us and we'll share it with ma'am.
Sure. Anytime.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you
Okay,
everyone
then.
for
Thank you,
joining.
Shikha.
All the best. Thank you all.
Thank you, guys. Thanks. Can I end?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
Okay.
ma'am.
Sure. Okay, thanks.